Hey everyone, I'm Jen and welcome to my channel where I help you become your best self through better health, through intuitive and intentional living and eating. Okay, so for today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you about how I stopped counting calories and started eating what I wanted without gaining weight. Yes, you heard right. So if that sounds good to you and you want to find out how, then make sure you keep watching and stay tuned. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my channel, and even those who are not, if you've not gone to watch my other video, my personal journey to holistic health, you may want to watch that. And that goes into a little bit about how I started my, holistic journey. And that's kind of where I'm going to take us back for today's episode and talk to you about really where counting calories all started for me, how I kind of rejected that and then ate what I want, or started eating what I want rather, and haven't gained any weight. All right. And I don't even work out like I used to anymore. So let's start. But that's not a pass for you guys to not work out, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But anyway, let's start out with bodybuilding, where it all began. So for those of you who don't know, I've been an athlete my whole life. Basketball and volleyball were my main two sports. Then I went on to play volleyball collegiately for 2 years. And once that, stopped for me, I had been playing sports my whole life, AAU basketball, regular season, summer, just nonstop, literally. And once I stopped playing volleyball for those 2 years in college, I still needed a form or a way to compete. And so that's how I got into bodybuilding. And I was working out at the time at LA Fitness. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I see all these women in here with these amazing bodies, kind of similar to mine, the form, the foundation. And I was like, you know what? I kind of already have that silhouette. I can work on this and build on this and start bodybuilding. So that's when my bodybuilding career began, when I was actually still in school. And it was an interesting journey. So for those of you who don't know or not familiar with bodybuilding is crazy. I did go ahead and sign on with a coach who was an IFBB pro. She started working with me. And that's when I really was, initially introduced to a meal plan or counting calories and being really restricted to a certain amount of calories. So when you go from college, and mind you, my college coach, she made us, that's really where the plant was seeded for me on this whole journey, because she didn't allow fast food or soda during our seasons. And I'm going to talk about that another day as well. But my college volleyball coach kind of planted the seed. But when I got to my bodybuilding career, that's when things really started to get restrictive for me in regards to calories and being so uber focused on what I was consuming, and really to a detriment, right? And so I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. So I was following the meal plan, the diet, like I shared in another video about the 3 lies about calories that you should stop believing. Make sure you go check that out too. But my diet was chicken, broccoli, and asparagus, and sweet potatoes. That was it. And I promise you, once I finished my bodybuilding career, I didn't eat a sweet potato for years. I only just recently started introducing them back into my regimen because I ate them on a regular basis and I was so sick and tired of them. But anyway, I was really introduced to the caloric restrictive, counting calories, meal plans, and all of that in my bodybuilding days. So as you can see, there's not a lot of, variety there. And I even shared that in my latest video as well too, in last week's video. I forget the title for that one, but anyway, go check it out. It's the one after this one or before this one. And so that's where I was kind of introduced to it. So moving forward, fast forward, once I was done, or not really done, because I competed for 4 years qualifying for nationals in bodybuilding. And it was during that time I also started my personal training business as well, because everyone's like, oh my gosh, Jen, I see you're changing, do this. And I always know I was going to end up in the health and wellness industry and field somehow. And I was really resistant to starting my personal training business for a lot of reasons. But I went ahead and did it, and it was really great. But because I was always, one reason why I was resistant, because I saw that people weren't really wanting to do the work. And I was like, look, I'm not going to waste my time, right, with this. And I was really resistant to, the conventional way of doing things, because I didn't like how the fitness industry just bombards you with all of this, and for really just marketing ploys and all of that, and just the conventional way of doing things. And I just knew that there had to be a better way. And so even while I was personal training, I did things the unconventional way. And even without knowing, what the term holistic meant at that time, I was training my clients holistically. And so while I was introduced to meal plans and calorie counting through my bodybuilding with my IFBB coach, I did not want to implement that into my programs in regards to my personal training clients. And I can probably count on my hand how many meal plans that I actually, wrote out for clients, because I would be honest with them back in the day too, and just tell them like, look, I don't do meal plans, they don't work, etc. But I did succumb to it a few times because I just wanted to give them what they wanted, and I didn't want to miss out on any business, starting a business, personal training. And basically I was giving them what they wanted, but not what they needed. And I knew what they needed, and it wasn't the calorie counting, because I had done the counting of the calories, and I hated it, right? I didn't like it. And I just knew there had to be a better way, right? So basically, in essence, when I really said that I stopped counting calories, my clients, we didn't count calories as well. Even in my personal training days, they can tell you, any of my old personal training clients, if you're here, hey, hope you're still doing well. But yeah, so then I stopped counting calories after my, whole deal of, really kind of understanding like, this is not what I want to do moving forward. I don't want to have my clients doing this as well. Again, because I hated doing it, and intuitively I knew it was unnecessary and there had to be a better way. Right? And it didn't make sense, because really our ancestors didn't count calories. So why are we counting calories again? Okay, again, because of the marketing and the stuff that they sell you to tell you that your body needs, when intuitively our bodies know how to heal themselves if we allow the space for it. Okay, so and I'll get on that another day too, but I'll get to my reasons for that another day. If you want that video, just let me know, because it really is, I'll just talk about the marketing ploys and all of that, which I'll get into that. Even if you don't want it, I'm going to talk about that. But also too, counting calories is not accurate, so the FDA really allows for a 20%, error, room for error on the back of the food labels that you see. And even your fitness trackers allow for like a 20 to 30%. So those calories burned that you see, you're not actually burning that exact number. And then what you're seeing on the food labels is not the exact amount. They could be off 20 to 30%. Okay. So, and not only that, we don't absorb all the calories that we eat anyway. So again, I ask, why are we counting calories? So that's when I just went against everything else, like I always do anyway. When everybody goes right, I go left. So I just stopped counting calories. I was like, I'm tired of this. I had been doing it for 4 years on and off, because even when I was, getting ready for my shows in bodybuilding, I didn't really follow it strictly as I should, which is probably why I didn't go further in that. And there's a lot more other reasons why I didn't go further with my bodybuilding career as well. But I just was like, this is too restrictive. I don't want to do this. It doesn't make sense. And I didn't really follow it as I should. Because who wants to follow a restrictive diet like that? Not me. Anyway, so I started basically eating what I wanted and just listening to my body and following intuitive mindful eating. And I know I've shared that term with you before, and I promise you I'm about to make a more in-depth video on that, because I said I know that may sound elusive. I know it's kind of coming up more so now, and unfortunately like diet culture has kind of picked up on the term. And honestly, I was doing intuitive mindful eating before I knew there was a term for it. Okay, again, that's because our bodies intuitively know. You just got to be in tune with yourself enough to be able to listen to your body's signals, which is what mindful intuitive eating is being in tune with your body so you can hear its signals, right? So if you have a headache, are you dehydrated, right? If you've had dairy, are you bloated? So it's really those signs and signals that your body gives you and telling you what you eat. And I really That's how I healed my debilitating cycles, is from following, intuitive mindful eating and also elimination diet, which I'll go into details in a later video. But yeah, I healed my debilitating cycles just through nutrition and eating intuitively and mindfully, right? No pills, no medication, nothing like that. Okay. So, that's what I did. I stopped counting calories. I threw away all the restrictions and just started doing what I wanted and what my body wanted. And I haven't gained any weight. I've been following this for the past 6 years, and it's been the best thing I've ever done. And when people ask me, like, the main question I get from a lot of people is, well, Jennifer, what do you eat? Like, if you're not following a meal plan, if you're not following or counting calories, what do you eat? And my answer to that always is, I eat what my body tells me to eat. Point blank, period. Why would I eat something that my body rejects, right? And I can ask you the same question as well. Why would you eat something that your body rejects? And most people say because, oh, it tastes good, right? But at what cost, right? If your body's telling you, hey, I don't like this, why are you eating it, okay? So that's how I stopped counting calories, eating what I wanted, and not gaining any weight, because I was giving my body what it needed on a baseline level. And I don't work out as much anymore. Like I said, I've been an athlete my whole life, bodybuilding, all of that. I needed a break. I've literally been on a break for about a few years. I was going balls to the wall 5, 6, 7 days a week. And again, that's not an excuse for you not to work out or move. And because it's really a small percentage of the equation. And I'm going to be sharing with you my exact percentage of my formula of what workout and movement plays into. It's not 20%. Okay, so I'll share that in another video. But anyway, if that sounds like you and you are eating what your body is rejecting, you don't really have a good handle on your eating habits or patterns, I've created my signature formula, my signature method rather, that I have followed for the past 6 years. My clients follow. It's changed my life. It's changed my clients' lives, their eating habits and patterns, and they have a different mindset when it comes to food. So, and that's in my 90-day nutrition guide, guys. So if you've yet to go get that, make sure you do. All the information is in the link or in the description below where you can purchase it. And it's really not like anything that you've seen in regards to a food journal, because it's not a food journal, it's a guide. Because I'm not just having you list what you're eating, I'm guiding you on what you need to be eating specifically for you and your body. It's my signature method on how I help change my clients' life and their eating habits and patterns, so you won't see this method anywhere else. You have your writing prompts again to help you identify any food sensitivities or allergies that will really help navigate your eating patterns. And then you have my food and pantry checklist with bonus food label breakdown that's really helping you decipher and navigate the confusing food labels out there. Okay, guys? So if you can benefit from that, which a lot of you I think can, especially since this past year, some of your eating habits may have changed, your boredom eating, and just a lot has changed in the past year, and you're ready to get back on track, start your journey or get back on track, then make sure you grab the 90-day holistic nutrition guide. Okay, guys? That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next episode. Bye.